Tia and Tofu sat at the table, papers spread out in front of them. While Tia neatly organized her notes, Tofu slumped in his chair, staring at his homework with a frustrated frown. With a loud sigh, he shoved his notebook away. "What's wrong, Tofu?" Tia asked gently. "This is boring and too hard," he grumbled. "I'd rather be playing or watching cartoons." Tia smiled patiently. "Homework helps you practice what you learned at school," she said. Tofu rolled his eyes. "I don't think it really matters." Tia noticed something as she chatted with Tofu. "Hey, remember those times you had a tough time in class or forgot what the teacher said?" she asked gently. Tofu nodded, fidgeting a little. "Yeah, I get nervous because I can't always remember stuff." Tia gave him a kind smile. "Do you think it might be because you sometimes skip your homework?" Tofu looked down, a bit embarrassed. "Maybe, but I still don't get how it matters that much." Tia leaned closer. "Homework helps your brain practice, like how exercise makes your muscles stronger. Want me to show you how?" Tofu nodded. "Yeah, please. I really want to understand." In a quiet forest school, nestled between tall trees, lived two best friends, Benny the rabbit and Tim the turtle. Benny was cheerful and full of energy, always hopping around and making everyone laugh. Tim was calm, thoughtful, and steady, never in a rush. Their teacher, Miss Owl, was the wisest creature in the forest. Each day, she gave the class a bit of homework to help them remember her lessons. Tim always sat down before dinner to carefully finish his assignments. Benny, however, found homework boring. He'd scribble it down quickly or skip it altogether, then dash off to play. One sunny morning, Miss Owl fluttered into the classroom with a surprise. "A quiz?" Benny's ears drooped. He hadn't practiced the math problems or studied the reading words. Tim, calm as ever, picked up his pencil and got to work. When Miss Owl returned their papers, Benny's heart sank. His score was low. He felt disappointed and embarrassed. Tim gently placed a paw on Benny's shoulder. "It's okay," he said kindly. "Now you know what to do next time." From that day forward, Benny started doing his homework with Tim every evening. They still played, laughed, and raced, but Benny also began to enjoy learning. And Miss Owl? She smiled wisely from her branch above, knowing that the best lessons are sometimes learned outside of the classroom. Suddenly, Miss Owl called for the next challenge, the riddle contest. Benny's heart pounded. He wanted to hide, but Tim nudged him gently. "You can do this. Just try." Benny stepped up, nervous. Miss Owl read the first riddle. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?" Benny froze. His mind went blank. Then he remembered a book Tim had read aloud last week. It had the same riddle. "An echo," Benny guessed. "Correct," Miss Owl hooted. Benny's eyes lit up. Maybe he could do this. The riddles got tougher. Benny missed the next one, but answered another correctly. He didn't win, but he'd tried, really tried. Later, under a tree, Tim handed Benny a tiny leaf crown. "For being brave," he said. Benny smiled. He hadn't won a prize, but he had taken on the challenge, and that felt like a win in itself. Benny apologized sincerely to Miss Owl and Tim for not taking his studies seriously. Miss Owl smiled and gently said, "It's never too late to start learning." Encouraged by her words, Benny began doing his homework every evening with Tim. At first, it was hard, but little by little, Benny improved. He asked questions, practiced regularly, and stayed focused. A month later, another quiz was announced. This time, Benny felt ready, and he passed with flying colors. His classmates cheered, and Miss Owl gave him a proud nod. Benny was so happy that he even helped a friend who was having trouble, just like he once had. From then on, Benny understood that small, consistent efforts can lead to big successes. He had learned his lesson well. In this story, Tofu learns an important lesson about persistence and the value of doing small tasks well. At the beginning, Tofu feels a sense of pressure, just like Benny, fearing he might miss his chance to succeed. Tia, being a good friend, helps him realize that success comes in small steps, like completing homework. She encourages him, and Tofu feels motivated to keep going, eager to feel proud of his achievements, just like Tim and Benny. With Tia's support, Tofu begins to work through his homework, and by the end of the task, he experiences the joy of accomplishing something on his own. His excitement is evident when he proudly exclaims, "I did it!" This moment signifies Tofu's growth. He not only learned how to solve a problem, but also gained the confidence to continue trying. The story highlights the importance of persistence, seeking help when needed, and celebrating small wins. Tofu's decision to no longer skip his homework shows his commitment to doing his best and achieving success step by step. Tia turns to the camera, audience with a smile. Homework may seem boring sometimes, but it's like practice for your brain. Just like learning to ride a bike or play a game, the more you practice, the better you get. So kids, don't skip your homework. Make it a fun part of your day. Because like Benny and Tofu, you can become your best when you try. Keep going, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.